Seth in the building.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, your YouTube Messiah and oft-limited, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious. And we are talking about Raw this week was in San Jose, California. And building up towards the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, first things first, want to address a few things that happened later in the show that weren't actually matches, but, you know, one being Kurt Angle came out and, well, one, I don't know, it may just be me, but it kind of looks like Kurt has some issues doing long scripted promos instead of just, you know, being told, Kurt, just go ahead, shoot. You know, I don't know, that's just me personally. But also, he addressed the fact that Jason Jordan did have to get neck surgery and he is out for an undetermined amount of time and will be missing WrestleMania, which made the crowd roar and yell like crazy. And I'm not going to lie, that honestly, that really kind of pissed me off right there because, you know, I don't care whether you love or like a wrestler or not, you know, you never want to see somebody, you know, miss out on a payday, especially on the biggest payday of the year, you know, that's plain and simple on that, you know. I can't stand Jason Jordan, you know, I'm not really a big fan of his, but I wouldn't want him to miss out. Now, if he did if Jordan showed that he was like a total dick outside of wrestling, okay, yeah, fine, I wouldn't care less, you know, much like Ryroid. But if it's just him, his in-ring and on-screen character, please, I can give two shits on that then. But yeah, that's that. That's the big thing. Fans need to stop being so fickle about shit like that, you know. Now, also another thing that did happen, and quite possibly one of the greatest moments in Monday Night Raw history. Elias was out there doing his thing, looking like a dirty old smelly hippie, strumming his guitar, and then, ladies and gentlemen, Braun Strowman. Braun's all the way up at the entrance ramp. And instead of a guitar, he pulls out a giant fucking bass, goes and strums it, doesn't even gets it once, busts the strings. Two things I learned from that moment right there. One, Strowman, probably really good with guitar, but not so much with a bass. And two, Braun Strowman's actually a very talented singer. But after he did that, he came down to the ring, proceeded to beat the ungodly shit out of Elias, which, oh, glory day. And then as Elias is crawling up the ramp like for dear life, Braun Strowman, bass in hand, wham, smashes it over him. Oh, God, that was so beautiful. But yeah. Now that those two moments happened, let's get back to the start of the show. For Raw, John Cena came on out to hyping up the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view as well as WrestleMania, talking about on how he's going to win, he has to win, he's going to, because if he can't, he's as good as dead, which, you know, made the internet Twitter light up. Oh, he's making dead references. He's going to be dealing with The Undertaker now. Dude, everyone said the same thing about him going against Undertaker last year. And he didn't. Which case, if you keep looking at the way things are being built, honestly, I'm really thinking that it's like going to be Cena and Elias. You know, I mean, obviously this happened, but what I said earlier with Elias and Strowman just happened, but I don't know. My money's saying that. I don't think they're gonna go and do Undertaker again, especially after the farewell he did last year. Yeah, but Cena was out hyping it up like mad, and then just as he's in mid promo, and it's like honest to God, the way Cena cuts his promos to hype up a pay-per-view or hype up his match, it's nothing like it's like hearing a history teacher give a lecture. And I'm not saying it in a monotone way, but it's like, this is happening, and then this, and then this, and this, and this, and this. Oh God, dude, put some emotion into it. And thank God the Miz came out, put a breath of life into that. Miz came out, started talking shit on Cena, saying, your problem, John? You're not willing to cross the line. You're not willing to do what needs to get done. I am. I'm going to kick ass. I'm going to win the chamber. And then I'm going to go beat Brock Lesnar. And then I'm going to be the Intercontinental and Universal Champion. All the while he also threw out some real good trash talk to John because, you know, bringing up the fact that, John, you are the founding father of Suplex City. You know, bringing up his match with Lesnar, which, honest to God, probably one of the greatest one-sided matches I would ever say in the history I've ever seen. The psychology on that alone was just great. But, yeah, next thing you know, Cena hypes up. Cena talks Miz, saying, why don't me and you have a match? The loser has to be the first person in the chamber. And Miz is like, yeah, you want that, huh? No. And that, because I wrestle when I want. And then the Miztourage, his flunkies, proceed to beat the shit out of Cena. And then Miz says he wants it now. Get a ref down here. And then Kurt comes out and says, this match is going to happen. It's going to happen right now. But the Miztourage is out of here. And then they proceed to do the match, which, you know, so yeah. Now, Miz, this was very much so cut and dry, circa 2009 John Cena match. Miz was in control for most of it, and, you know, but I will admit there was a nice amount of near falls and good storytelling from both guys, you know, because honest to God, there were a few times where I thought, wait, is this, oh, no, wait, no, you know, but it was very much so, if you look at it just as it was very much so circa 2009 John Cena match. You know, Miz had it, and then Cena rose above and beat the odds, and yeah. Cena got the win via a super AA off the top rope on the Miz. And then 1, 2, 3, that was it. So, that was that. Next matchup, we got tag team action. We got the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, going against the Revival. Now, as Gallows and Anderson are coming down to the ramp, Revival come out, chop block the Gallows. They proceed to pound out, beat up Anderson, and then get in the ring. And then, as Gallows and Anderson are like, what the? Oh, you sons of bitches, you done did it now. And they get in there, and then they proceed to start the match. Gallows and Anderson, they were in control up until the break. You know, after that, Revival War, they started working, and they were working on the knee. They were working on Gallows' knee, which is the one they were chopped. You know, and you know, really nice seeing on that. You know, target a specific limb. I say this, I feel like a broken record saying this all the time, but different matches target different limbs. It adds so much to the show, you know. But either way, you know, Gallows, he was pretty much the team punching bag. And when Anderson, he got the hot tag, he started clearing house. He was working good on them. And it wasn't like... I'm trying to think how to describe it. It was decent and it was good. Really liked it. But it was like... very fast, so to say. Like it felt kind of rushed. But... match came to an end. Anderson got Dawson into the Wilder into the corner. Dawson did a tag. Looked like it was a blind tag, but Anderson saw it, decked him, then decked Wilder. Started working on them both. And then Wilder threw Anderson against the ropes, and then boom! Shatter Machine. 1, 2, 3. That was it. So they won. More than likely what we're going to be seeing coming up soon, considering the fact that we're seeing Gallows and Anderson and the Revival in tag matches a lot on TV lately, is we're more than likely going to see, my guess, if it's not announced next week, I'll be legitimately shocked, the Gallows and Anderson, Revival, and Sheamus and Cesaro in a triple threat tag title match. You know, I'm just guessing though. Next up, we got women's action, Sasha versus Bayley. And this was apparently brought on via a Twitter fight. You know, if we can get wrestling matches based off of Twitter fights, you know, why isn't that punk-ass little bitch Nick Meltzer McGee ever wind up, that little punk-ass bitch Nick Meltzer McGee, he never bothered to grow enough balls to go and step up to me. Fucking shit, man. Either way, this was a good match. This nice, good, solid match. You know, wouldn't say it was their best. You know, because honestly, the TakeOver Brooklyn match that they had was probably hands down their best one they ever had. But this was a nice match. You know. Nice feeling out to start, nice feeling out process to start, you know, trying to, like, okay, yeah, I know your move, now you're going to move to my move, and this, and this, and this. You know, it was nice, good back and forth action with it. You know, Sasha, she had control on it right after the break, and, you know, it was just nice storytelling. You know, nice storytelling between the two girls saying, you know, I want to show I'm better than you. That's all that's pretty much what that match summed up. Match came to an end with Bayley, when Sasha was up at the top rope, Bayley just right out of nowhere, boom, hopped up there, grabbed her, Bayley to belly on from the top rope, 1, 2, 3, that was it. After that, they went to go do Code of Honor. Just as they were, boom, Nia Jax came out, destroyed, you know, decimated them too after that. As she's walking away, Charlie Caruso interviews her, asks what was that all about, basically said, you know, here to prove that she's gonna beat Asuka, and the girls in the chamber match really need to worry about her, not Asuka. And in which case, you know, to take a quote from Bruce Pritchard, you know, instead of Hogan must pose, you know, at the end is more so Nia must pose. Nia must pose, pal. You know, basically. But either way. Next up, we got another women's match, tag match. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville going against Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. And this, nice little bit of back and forth to start out with, but Mickie, she was pretty much the punching bag in there, and, you know, she was honestly, well, I can't even say she was the punching bag, she was in there for the entire match. Really, that's what that was. And, you know, I'm not sure if that was meant to, because before the match, Alexa and Mickie had a little moment backstage where they talked, and Alexa was saying, you know, hey, us girls, we got to stick together, because if Mandy and Sonya win, then they're just going to have it Mandy one week, Sonya next week, Mandy one week, Sonya next week. You know, the rest of us will never get the title. And, you know, okay, playing the whole enemy of my enemy is my friend card. Understandable, you know. But did that, and but yeah, Mickie, she was on the ass end of the ass kicking for the entire match. Match came to an end with Mandy Rose hooking her up, and boom, face plant driver. Basically, I can't remember the name of the move. If you know it, say it on down below in the comments. And did that. Next thing you know, after that, they proceeded to go and do a beat, roll on her, and beat the shit out of Mickie, and then Alexa Bliss came in, took them both out, and then they cleared the house. So that was that. Next up, we got one-on-one action between Sheamus and Roman. This nice kind of brawl feel to it, you know. I liked on how it was, you know, it was more so like a brawling kind of fight, kind of match. Which, okay, again, something different, you know. You had Cena and Miz, which was, you know, a lot of quick attempts, you know. You had Gallows and Anderson, which was tag team, good old, you know, tag team action. You know, you had Sasha and Bayley, singles, women's, you know, storytelling back and forth. You had the girls tag action, which just one side was sheer dominance. This one, brawl, you know, nice different mix-up, you know. Got to change things up sometimes during the show. And this, you know, nice good bit of, you know, really been liking on how the shows have been going lately, you know, a lot of nice back and forth instead of just one-sidedness. You know, Sheamus, he was pretty much in control for, you know, before and after the break. Roman, he had his moments and he was leading in for a good bit, but Sheamus for the most part was leading the match in general, you know. And match came to an end when Sheamus, as he was coming off the top to go for an axe handle, Roman, boom, speared him. And then 1, 2, 3, that was it. So yeah. Now, I know I said for a chamber, we're more than likely going to get that. What I'm guessing is maybe more than likely now for WrestleMania, possibly Roman and Seth going after Sheamus and Cesaro if they haven't stopped this story already, if they don't stop this story soon enough. Either way, next matchup, main event of the night, originally scheduled Fatal 4-Way Last Chance match. Everyone that lost their Elimination Chamber qualifying match. However, remember earlier when I said Kurt was talking about that stuff with Jordan? Well, right after that, Seth came out and said, I want a shot. I want to be Monday Night Raw. I want this to be Raw is Rollins again. So, I'm not going to ask to get into the chamber. I'm going to ask to be in the qualifying match. He was, so instead of a Fatal 4-Way, we now have a Fatal 5-Way. Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy, Apollo Crews, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor. And quite possibly the most confusing part of this match was after Finn came down and did his thing, boom, they went to commercial, it comes back, and the match is already on, and you're just like, the fuck? What the fuck? Either way, match started after the break. Now, Bray and Finn were really, in my opinion, the standout guys in it because, you know, not taking away from anyone else, but not taking away from the other three. But those two were like, you know, you needed to see a hard-hitting move or a quick shot or a move real quick right out of nowhere. Boom, one of them. It was just like, whoa. Especially Bray freaking did the urine. Normally with a uranagi, you get one hand or maybe a little bit of one, or with two hands or like a little bit with one. But no, you just got Apollo like, boom, like that. Just, Jesus Christ. But, yep, really like that. Seth started picking up and he was pretty much dominating the back end of the match. And Really like that, not gonna lie. Both my knees cringed in terror when Seth, he went up to the top, he did a Phoenix Splash, and he landed on his feet and continued to move forward with the momentum, but oh my God, just the sheer thought of coming down and that impact of boom, right off bat on the knees, just my knees twitched in terror on that, because my first thought was, oh God, don't tell me they buckled again. But no, they didn't. But either way, match came to an end when Matt, he had Apollo Crews up. He was looking to go and hit Apollo with a side effect from the top rope. Bray pulled him down, hit him with a Sister Abigail. Matt with a Sister Abigail, which then led to a Tower of Doom spot done on, and Bray was the victim of it, and Seth Rollins and Finn both pinned Bray Wyatt 1, 2, 3. That was it. So they both won. Nothing has been said as of this moment of the show recording. However, more than likely going to have them two one-on-one next week to determine who it is. If not, then something probably extremely ridiculous, like they both have to share a pod at the Elimination Chamber. So, that is it for this week's show, folks. So, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Make sure y'all look for me on my Twitter at TimVicious. Make sure you also look for my other account, Tim_Vicious. Also have that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you are going to look for me on there, make sure you let me know you found me from here. That way I don't think you got your creep John going. Also, do not forget to look down below for info on the Dad Show, Lifestyle Podcast, Storytell Podcast, whatever kind of podcast you want to make it. New episodes are coming out soon. It's a matter of when, not if. And do not forget to follow all of these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter. Axel Mulligan. Make sure you check out Axel's newest project, Brit Wrestling Review. Kenny Killer, my two co-hosts for the Dad Show. I am Danny Sunday, and my executive producer for this show, Oliver Ben. Make sure y'all check out Ollie's music. It's out there on iTunes, Spotify, and such. He did provide music for this week's show. Details on his music are down below. Also, hit Ollie up for one of these Ollie Rewind shirts. Show the man some love and support. Cranky asshole Aaron_DeBoer and Dazzy MWP. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.